Over the last year, we've been blessed by a couple of guests from the Jesuit Refugee Service, which helps refugees and other displaced people around the world. And today, we're joined in studio by another priest, Father Dan Corrou, the Regional Director for JRS in the Middle East and North Africa. And he's currently serving in Lebanon. Thank you so much for being here, Father Dan.
Delighted to be here.
How are you doing?
Very, very well. Very well.
Yes, it's great to see you.
Great to be here.
And I heard from the grapevine that you studied at Boston College and Harvard. I'm a Harvard alum.
Oh,
so
fantastic.
Great
Excellent.
to see you here.
Yes, exactly. Yep.
What
I
brings
did
you
a
back?
master's in theology there.
Oh, wonderful.
So many, many years ago.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
That's great. Well, it's good to see you back. What
Great
brings
to
you
be
back?
I had the opportunity to come back and at the beginning to be with family and my Jesuit brothers for Christmas and New Year's. And then for the last couple of weeks I've been visiting friends and sponsors and partners here in the U.S., mostly along the East Coast, to Washington, New York, and Boston.
Okay.
And then I fly out this afternoon. I go back to Beirut this afternoon.
Yeah, very quick trip then. Well, thank you for being here in this today of all days when you're traveling.
Of course.
Yeah, well, we'd love to hear. I know that you're based in Lebanon currently.
Exactly.
What do you do there, and what brought you there?
Exactly. So I was first missioned there as a Jesuit when I was still a seminarian, and that was in 2010. And the idea was that I was going to be sent to Syria because Syria was the most stable country. But then the war happened, and by the time I had arrived, we were there welcoming in a 6-month window. 1.5 million Syrians had arrived into Lebanon. Lebanon's only a country of 4 million people. So in a similar situation in the U.S., it would be as though 1 million people had arrived in a 6-month window.
Wow.
So we were completely overwhelmed. And so the Jesuit University and the students there, in the same way as Jesuit students globally, men and women for others, we gathered together what resources we had and we started sharing them with the Syrians. And that became, we handed that over to Jesuit Refugee Service. So this is the balance that we are. We are an NGO, so we're an international NGO, and we operate in emergency forced displaced situations. But we are also distinctly Jesuit. And so I think this is the beautiful gift that we can balance those two. As the Jesuits, we've been in the Middle East, what is now Lebanon and Syria, since 1656. And so our vision of the work of reconciliation, the work of community building there, with all of the religious and ethnic diversity there, that work has been happening for 350 years. Amazing. And our vision of that is for the next 350 years. As an NGO, we are there responding to the particular crisis at the moment, or crises at the moment.
Of course. And
so we were responding to the Syria crisis with the Syria civil war, and then later with the ISIS crisis in Iraq, and then with the recent war in Lebanon and the change of regime in Syria. So in the midst of all those, we continue to accompany the people that are there, whatever their religious background, whatever their ethnic background, trying to make sure that all people are welcome there, which is the central part of the mission, which is our gospel mission as Jesuits.
Absolutely. What a beautiful mission, too. I'd love to hear more about the community building and, you know, encouraging this ability for people to feel at home, of course, when they might not be. I'd love to hear about the day-to-day and what does that also bring to your people. I'm sure it's different than being here in the U.S.
Well, it is, but I mean, it's different everywhere. So it's a great blessing. And I think this is integral to our work. So as a Jesuit organization, we will generally begin with education. And so while there are emergency needs of food and shelter, we do begin with that, but we also are very deliberate about our work in education. And again, as Jesuits, it's not just the education of the brain, it's the education of the whole person, the cura personalis. And so how do we look at not just the students in the classroom and the care for them, so we have social workers and a whole range of social emotional learning that we do with all of the students, but we also with their family and community structures around. So how do we have community centers attached to our schools? We have social workers available there. We do lots of great outreach there. One of my favorite stories is when ISIS was overrunning Iraq, there were a lot of Iraqi refugees who came to Lebanon. And the Iraqi women came to our center and they wanted a support group. And so we were doing a support group with them. They didn't want to be integrated into the Syrian Sunni, the Muslim group. And the social workers were a little cautious about that at the beginning, but they started with the desires of the people. Slowly, we had the two groups, Iraqi Christians and Syrian Sunnis, and they just happened to be one right after the other. And so after the Iraqi Christians group, women's group, they would come out and they'd have coffee and they'd start to meet their neighbor, these Syrian Sunni women, and they'd realize they're all looking for schools for their kids. They're all struggling, you know, to find work for family members. They're all looking for, you know, where to get good vegetables and, you know, very basic human things. And the beautiful thing is that these Iraqi Christian women who didn't want anything to do with Muslims at the beginning, later on that year during Ramadan, the holy month for our Muslim sisters and brothers, they were the ones who cooked for one of the iftars that we sponsored.
Wow.
And so they were so happy to do that and saw that as part of their gospel message. You know, how were they living that out, loving their neighbor?
Incredible, like realizing that we're not so different after all, and how we can support one another in our journeys in life as well. Well, I also know that Pope Leo came.
Right.
I would love to hear how that was with you and your staff.
It was spectacular, really, really extraordinary. We had the tremendous good fortune. One of our real leaders in the parish community, but also in the JRS community, a Filipino woman, Lauren, who's just a rock star. She's amazing. Just a background on her, that when the war was starting in September of 2024, the first night we had over 100 people, migrants from all around the world. So Sudan, South Sudan, Sri Lanka, Ethiopia, the Philippines, and they just showed up at our door. This was the one safe place where migrants in Lebanon knew that they could go when things were going bad. And so that first night, we were just trying to figure out how to get bedding for 150 people, how to find space in the church for that, how to just sort of navigate things. We had some issues with some of the militias in the area, so I was trying to sort of calm them down and get them away from the church. And then it got to about 10:30 at night, and I was back in the church, and I was thinking, we have 150 people, and they haven't eaten. And we hadn't thought about that at all. I sort of turned around, and there's Lauren and Marilyn, another Filipino volunteer in the church. And they're like, "Oh, Father, we've already cooked for them. We found somehow or another they found rice and lentils."
Like a multiplication of the loaves, kind of.
100%. It was exactly that. I mean, every homily about that in the future, I will quote Lauren and Marilyn. You know, and it just sort of happened, and you know, we stand back in awe. But she was able to present as the voice for all of the migrant workers in all of Lebanon. She was able to present to Pope Leo in an extraordinary gathering of pastoral workers.
Wonderful.
It was a real blessing.
Wow, what a blessing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Father Dan, for your mission and the work that you and your staff are doing. It's incredible. I'd love to hear, how can we support JRS?
Of course. We have our office here, and so in Washington, they're present online at jrs.org, and so you can both in terms of supporting our advocacy work, so how are we accompanying our sisters and brothers who are in forced displacement situations here in North America or all throughout the world in terms of advocacy, but also how can we fund them, how can we support them financially, and then also the prayer resources that are needed to encourage all of us to make sure that we welcome all people, as is the gospel.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much, Father Dan.
My
and
pleasure.
we will be visiting jrs.org